Hi folks, I was just listening to a song that came up on YouTube, Godley and Creme, Cry. And in that song it says, "You don't know how to ease my pain." And when I heard that straight away, I realised, actually I do. I do know how to help you to deal with your pain. How to ease your pain. Yes, I do. Yeah, if that pain is emotional, which in most cases it is, with most people, their pain is emotional, yes. Their pain is to do with things that happened in the past that they have not let go. And so therefore, yes. Yeah. Simple truth about what causes the pain and where that pain came from and why that pain is still there and who is actually causing you pain. The understanding of all these things is going to help to ease your pain. Who is the one causing you pain? Well, you is the answer. You are. Because you're the one who is encouraging that pain to continue. You're the one who's feeding it, keeping it alive. And say in society, we have had for a long time now this victim mentality where people like to be a victim. And people, hug that victim mentality. They like to tell people how they've been wronged in the past, how they've suffered. Oh, I mean, yeah, we've all done it. We've all done it. We've all hung on to pains. I have. Still, even now, if I think back to the previous dogs, if I do a video over, do a message over a video of the previous dogs I had, it's still bloody painful. It's still immensely painful emotionally doing that. I can still get hating me towards the SSPCA. Oh yeah. And it can take a bit of time. It can take, I talked to God about it, and after a bit, God helps me to realise that, it was His will. And I said to God, yeah, but part of the problem is, obviously, the reason why it still bloody hurts is because I'm still living in the same crappy place, in the same crappy town, in the same crappy situation with no money. Car is knackered. So things certainly from the world's view, look as if my life has continued to get worse rather than get better as a result. So therefore, that happening for good reasons right now, can't see the good reasons. So therefore, obviously, it still looks bad. It still looks like it was the devil doing it, and it wasn't God. Even though I know after a few minutes that yes, it was God, and yes, I'm still waiting for the evidence to come through, but So we all still have emotional pain over things. We've all held on to some things for a certain amounts of time. Some of the most painful things are quite difficult to let go of. So it's not about judging people in any way, shape or form. But it is about saying, look, come on, we've been beating ourselves up over this stuff. We've been encouraging emotional pain to come to us because we haven't dealt with it. We haven't dealt with it properly. We haven't let it go. It doesn't matter what happened at all. It doesn't matter in any way, shape or form what happened. Because a lot of people will then say, it depends on what happened. No, it doesn't. It does not. No. It really doesn't matter in any way, shape or form. Yeah, because the reality is people will always use scales and say, yeah, but that's worse than that, and that's worse than that, and that's worse than that. It doesn't matter. That's according to worldly understanding, and we're not supposed to be walking according to worldly understanding, so therefore we need to drop that. Those that are of God need to drop that sort of understanding, because it's not the understanding that we should be walking according to. And so we need to let it go. That's another thing that we need. There's a lot of stuff we need to let go of. Yeah. But again, that's okay. That's okay. Certainly the point about doing things according to the world, well, okay. For most of us, that's all we knew for so long. Of course it's going to take time. You know, to learn to do things in a different way. Of course it's going to take time. And that's okay. That's the reality, isn't it? It's going to take time. Yeah. You know, don't beat yourself up about the fact you still do things. That's okay. We're all in the position of learning. All of us. We can only be who we are right now. Yeah. It's a point we can't really be more than that. So therefore, let's allow ourselves to learn, allow ourselves to grow, and yeah. But understanding that we don't need to suffer. We don't need to suffer pain that we should have let go of a long time ago. We need to let go of it. We need to set ourselves free from those things that are painful. From those things that would hurt us. And, yeah. Forgiveness is something, again, that the world says don't do. It says don't forgive. It says if you forgive, you're letting those people off. Well, no. When you forgive, it has nothing whatsoever to do with the person who did whatever they did against you. When you forgive, you're setting yourself free, not them. And so the sooner people realise that, the sooner they can forgive, and they can be free of, the consequences of those things. Yeah. Well, because obviously, we need to be free. There's no reason to suffer, is there? More than what we absolutely have to at any given moment. And when we are making decisions in our lives that are causing us to suffer even more, that seems a little bit silly. So, let's stop being silly and let's make better decisions. Which means that we need better understandings, we need better truth coming in so that we can deal with things. Like, for example, if we understand what forgiveness is about and what it does and who it helps, then we're more likely to forgive, aren't we? We're more likely to let things go when we realise that not doing so only hurts us. So that's why in church you need teachers that are going to teach people how to walk. Forgiveness is a big part of that. But they won't do it because it could offend people. So, yeah. So there you go. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.